one of America's best gun makers, that we can go from this to this because of this. Matt and Phil are going to tell you more on this episode of Clay Target Legends.
Well, thank you, Steve. Yes, we are in Racine, Wisconsin at the legendary competition gunmaker Kolar. With me is Sean Mainland. Sean, it's good to see you, and it's exciting to be here at your plant.
Yes, no, great to have you guys here.
When you come up here to the factory and see the manufacturing process of each one of these guns.
Yes, that's something, we're kind of wide open, and when people get a tour, they take pride really in what we do here.
I fully understand
Yes.
that. I can fully understand that. Phil, you used to work for Kolar, and I mean, we're down to, this is the only competition shotgun manufacturer in the United States left.
American made. I had the opportunity to work with them for about 4 years when they were developing the Kolar gun, and I can tell you it's first class. Everything's first class, customer service, everything else. But the gun, I've shot it over the years, and it's one of the best shooting guns I've ever shot.
It's interesting to see the manufacturing process and some of the details they go into, but still just the fact that, just a slight change in something brings more strength into the receiver.
Yes, and we're always tweaking just a little bit. I know our ejectors are now stronger. We just contoured a little bit differently, and it's always trying to make things better.
I know here at Kolar that your grandfather started this, as you said,
Yes.
but y'all made a special gun for him.
We did, yes. It was both him and my dad were getting put in the ATA Hall of Fame, and Grandpa had passed shortly before that, so we made a gun in his memory. So a lot of the history of the bicycle riding, the Kolar stuff, the Marines, he's a Marine, beautiful gold Marine symbol on the side. So he accomplished a lot. I wanted to just highlight some of the major things.
Of course, that globe and anchor draws a lot of people to that gun. But if you flip it over, you have the chance to look at it, because we had the chance down at Nationals back in 2024 to take a look at it, and underneath is, why would you put a picture of bicycles?
Yes, so that's really how we started. So Grandpa made half of the Schwinn Paramounts. It was used by the 72 Olympics, which Grandpa was actually in.
Okay.
And yeah, he also had a world record. He went from California to New York in 14 days. Back tire in California, front tire, and he dipped them.
Really?
Yeah, and that was his passion, as was shotgun shooting.
Rode across the United States in
Yes.
14 days on a bicycle.
Yes.
I think Phil did that in 13.
I did that. Yeah.
Okay. So that's incredible, but that's also engraved on the receiver of that
Yes.
gun.
Yep.
And that if you get the opportunity, if it's back down at the Kolar booth at Nationals, take an
Yes,
opportunity to
will
look
be.
at this fantastic gun they have. Now, speaking of, back to the guns real quick, where's Kolar now in the manufacturing? What series are you into?
We're at about 7,500 over-unders. We've done about 800 TSs, so we're creeping up on that 10,000, but not quite yet.
Don Mainland, your grandpa,
Yes.
I had the great honor to know for a long period of time. And one of the things, although he was a bicycle rider and was in the Olympics and things like that, he also was one hell of a good shooter.
Yes.
We shot together for many years along with Wayne Mays. Don was on some 500 out of 500 teams. And Don was a gentleman. He was a true gentleman for the sport. And he did so many things for NSSA, ATA, and even for going for sporting clays that, he started a tradition, and now Sean and his dad, Jeff, are continuing here with Kolar.
Now, the business philosophy of Kolar, walk us through that real quick.
Yeah, I think, besides being made in America, service is huge for us. So, we probably take this too personally, but it is family. It's business, but it's family, and it's our reputation. So if, lifetime warranty on these things, and we want quick and exceptional turnaround and service. And it's just very important for reputation and being there for the shooters.
Absolutely. But I think one of the things that you noticed and you were most appreciative of the personal customer service that you got, measuring you up and the services that they offer for people that want to purchase a gun. Come on up here to Racine, they'll fit you up, and they'll take you through the thing. It's unheard of. It's what the English did many years
That-
ago, but many of the Americans don't do it now. But Kolar offers this thing, and really, if you're looking to buy a new shotgun and all that, we really totally recommend that you get with Jeff Mainland or Sean here, because they're going to be the ones that can help you, and they'll put you in a gun, you'll break targets.
You know, but I will tell you what kind of pushed me over that edge is when we first came up and we were getting the tour of this plant, and you brought it up a minute ago, looking at the extractors on the barrels. I know enough to understand strength in metal, and understanding one little tweak on that extractor increased the strength of that extractor by tenfold. And the fact that you and Kolar recognized that that's what it took to make that a better part was really impressive. And the fact that it can be retrofitted onto older guns.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we don't do a lot. We do a little over 300 guns a year, close to 350. But if we want to change, we can do it quickly.
Right.
Yes, we make all the parts in house. We buy the springs and the screws, but we can adapt quickly.
Yeah. It just was impressive to know that's the detail, and that was a minute detail on that extractor, because extractors aren't that big. They do their job. Occasionally they break, but to solve that problem, just notching that made all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
I think start with our website, 'cause it really highlights all our offerings. You know, kolararms.com. Our dealers have a really good inventory, so whoever's local and will service you. But they really hold a good inventory if you want to hold them, play with them. I can always send a demo gun. We definitely have them, so yeah, just don't be shy.
Don't be shy when it comes to asking for one.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you for taking time to visit with us today. And of course, if you'd like to know more about Kolar, go to the website. And we're going to go right back to Steve to tell us a little more.
So we're standing here in maybe one of the best wood rooms in America. And again, with me here is Sean. Sean, tell me about this room. There's some beautiful wood in here.
Yes. We have 3 different types: Turkish walnut, which is behind us, English walnut on both sides, and Calero walnut in the back. And we pick each one out by hand. You know, the one Turkish are by pictures, but flew out and went through pallets and pallets of wood to pick out what's best and will represent our gun properly.
Okay. When you get your wood blanks and you bring a potential customer in here and let them sort through this, what are they looking for? It's got to be more than just figure. What about strength and density?
Yeah, strength, we're looking at nice straight grain through the neck, like right in front of the grip. That's very important for strength, but it's color. Some people like light, some people like dark. That Calero's kind of that reddish color if people want something different.
So what's the most popular species of wood that you're using for stocks?
English, because it's the strongest. Yeah, the grain's the strongest, and yes.
But it's not necessarily the fanciest pattern. It's just the more strongest, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then once they come in here and they say, I really like this piece of wood right here. So then you sit there and do the measurements, and eventually you enter those dimensions into your machine and it begins to mill the wood.
Exactly.
Well, there's more to it than just machining a receiver. We have wood, we have blanks, we have barrels. All has to come together in harmony at the USA Made Kolar Guns, a legendary competition gun maker. I'm Steve Ellinger, and this has been Clay Target Legends. Please visit our sponsors and like and subscribe.